Hello. We are now live on Facebook. It's 2 o'clock. It has the little red live button up there, so I think we did it right. Um, so I'm just letting you know this is Christina Rue from HLC. We're presenting our Saturday solutions with HLC. It's just 10 to 15 minutes of business and bookkeeping tips. Um, just to share with you from our experience together, probably over, I don't know, 60 years of business experience. We'll say that instead of what it really is. And so I'm Christina Rue from HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services, and this is twin sister
Krista Rue.
Krista Rue. HLC's the brainchild of Krista, and then I came on board, and we've been in business for about 17 years. So we're going to talk about basically last week we had kind of talked about the three tips we gave you was about,
The
let's see,
employer.
the
Employee.
employee retention credit, and we did get some questions on that. And so don't be afraid to hesitate. If you have questions on that, we'll be glad to answer them. Yes, you can apply, but you have to have employees who are not related to you. Number two, we did some budgeting. We talked a little bit about the importance of budgeting and the leaves falling from the trees, not to leave money on the table. So make sure that you get your budget for next year started. And then we also talked about inviting your own self into your workspace. You'll see we're inviting you into our workspace. We have the big logo in the background this week. Um, and this is our workspace here in Jeanette. So basically, that's we just recapped what we're doing last week, and then this week we have three new things. Did you want to talk any about the history of HLC or anything like that?
Sure. I started HLC on April Fool's Day, 2005, because good things happened to me on April Fool's. So I was like, oh, let's start a business. So I did. And it's been wonderful. I enjoy very much what we do. We truly are helping our local community. Plus, with QuickBooks, of course, online, we help people in Texas, North Carolina. We even had a client in Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things we can do now that when we started in 2005, they didn't even dream about.
Correct. That's correct.
So I like to think that we try to keep up with technology
Mm-hmm.
and do what's best for our clients because the more we learn, the more we can help our clients.
Absolutely. And that's kind of our goal. We kind of pass on what we have. Like I said in our first broadcast, it's not a big business, it's not a big secret. It's just about perseverance and staying educated, getting ahead of the curve, and making good business decisions, of which you have to have good numbers to base those business decisions on. So,
Exactly.
once again, we get to the point where you have to think bigger and you want to make sure that when you're visioning, it's based in reality, hence the importance of bookkeeping.
And budgeting, I cannot emphasize enough how important a realistic budget is. And I know she touched on that, that it
Last
should
week,
be
yeah.
3 to 5 years. But I am passionate about budgeting.
She
So
is.
if you have any questions, feel free to call.
I called you the number whisperer in the last one, yeah,
Ooh,
because
that's
she
cool.
is. She is. Okay, so the three solutions for this week that we're going to focus on is number one, we are in the time period to do quarterlies, which they are due on Monday
Mhm.
for the third quarter. So if you struggle doing your payroll, there are many, many services out there. There's many softwares out there that can help you. We help people pick a software or we teach them how to do it. Um, and some of them are very cost effective. And you just have to find out what's the best fit for your business and how it works. So just don't hesitate. Don't be afraid to hire people because you don't know what to do. How can I do an employee when I don't know what taxes to take? We can help you with that, and so can any payroll service. So if you want to expand your business, do it. Get out there, hire people. So that's number one for payroll services. There are wonderful payroll services out there that we can pass you on to or help you with. And then um, the next one is the health care versus a health share program, because we've been getting a lot of questions on that, because um, we do offer to help people get a health share program. They're usually more cost effective than a health care program. Notice the two different words, care and share. Um, they both are for medical expenses. It's just one's an insurance plan and one is just a group of people coming together and paying each other's bills. So usually there's significant savings, is what we have found. Family plans start at like $380 a month for a family of three and above. That's ridiculous. So there are pros and cons to each. Again, something you want to talk about. We found this to be a great option for our employers to let them know that they appreciate their employees, plus they saved a lot of money on healthcare. So pros and cons to each, and we can discuss that with you if you're interested in that. Let's see what else I was going to say. Who's a good candidate for a health share program? Somebody maybe who's new to insurance. They don't have pre-existing conditions. They just want to find some coverage out there. This is a great alternative to come on board. Older people with the health share program that we work with, if they have their Medicare, I think it's part A and B. Basically, yeah, parts A, B, and D. Once you have met, then uh, your your responsibility as a member of a health share program, you'll get 100% of your eligible medical bills not paid by Medicare are then allowed to be shared with members. So that's can be a great alternative for people looking to get a secondary plan to pay their medical expenses.
Yep. And one of the things also, if you're thinking about hiring employees, that we like to talk about is the difference between employees and subcontractors,
Mm-hmm.
because they may look alike, but they're very
Very
different
different.
in how they're treated.
Yep. And we actually have a video
On
our
our
YouTube
YouTube,
page.
that's
If you look
correct.
up your HLC and then you click on the
Employee
payroll, employee versus
versus
subcontractor,
contractor.
or something like that, then you'll see it's very entertaining, worth watching, but it really gives you a great breakdown of
The
why somebody
differences.
should be considered an employee versus a subcontractor. And the three big things to remember is if they're a subcontractor, do you have their W-9 form on file? Because you should. Because you have to
You
give them
must.
a
Yes.
1099 at the end of the year by January 31st of the upcoming year if it's over $600. You have to have a contract and you have to have their certificate of insurance.
Correct.
So, like, those are the three big things to keep in
You
mind.
must
Mm-hmm.
have, or they
Yeah,
will be qualified as an employee and you're responsible for taxes instead of
correct.
them.
Correct. And so you just want to start right at the beginning. Um, so you don't have to worry about stuff like that. So, like, those are our three tips today to think about your payroll. And if you're ready to add employees, not to be intimidated. There's great ways out there, can be incorporated in your software or standalone. Health care versus health share, it is an option to use a health share plan to show and improve the employee benefits. And then number three, the employee versus subcontractor. You as the employer have to know the difference. Ignorance is not a defense. So you must know the difference between those two.
Right.
Look at that.
Yep. And what?
We almost started the 10-minute mark.
Oh.
We said we'd only keep you 10 to 15
Yeah,
minutes.
well,
That's it.
I still have more to say
Uh
though.
oh. That's a shocker.
The W-9s are available on irs.gov. You just put it in the little search bar W-9, and that's what you give your contractor to complete so that you have all the required information at the end of the year um, to do your 1099s. Now, if you don't have W-9s on file, we have time now before the end of the year to send out those W-9s to the contractors you've already used.
Yep.
Because you have to report this income if it's over 600 on those 1099s,
Yes, you do.
or expenses to you but income to the subcontractor.
Correct.
So please make sure you do that. If you need help with that process, give us a call, because you as a business owner have to protect your business,
Mhm.
and there are penalties associated if you choose to ignore it and get caught.
Yep. And now they have the 1099-M
Right?
versus the 1099 non-employee compensation. So you have to be using the right form. So that's always fun too.
Yes. But I just want to caution you, because our goal is to keep business strong, because strong business in a community makes a strong community.
Absolutely. Love it. Great Saturday solution, Krista.
Okay. And our contact information,
Oh, yeah.
our
That's important.
yes, our office number is 724-561-7460, or you can contact us at office@yourhlc.com and just send us a question.
Yep. We'll be glad. Joyce answers the phone here.
Mhm.
One of us is always in the office. We try to keep it that way.
And we have
And we have
two other
two other
QuickBook
pro
Pros on staff.
advisors. Yep. For QuickBooks Pro advisors on staff. So don't hesitate giving us a call if you have a question. And I think that's all I have for today. How about you?
That's all I have.
Okay, so this is our second Facebook Live. We did it. So maybe as we get better at it, we'll turn on all those features where we can take polls, and if people are watching, or take their comments and questions live.
Yes.
I don't know how to do that yet. Still
When it
working
comes
on
to technology, I do none of it. So Christina does that. And as she learns, we'll learn.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This is Happy Halloween. So we will, I guess, talk to you next week.
That's right.
Okay. See you at 2 o'clock next week. Have a great day.
Nice talking to you.